Today, September 9th, is the birthday of Daniel Vincent Parmertor. He would be turning 28 today and should be settling into his career in the computer field. But he died at age 16 in a 2012 school shooting. Danny was a computer whiz with a clear career path and a bright future. Started by his parents, the Daniel Parmertor Memorial Scholarship Fund has awarded over $250,000 in college scholarship funds to students focusing on computer-related fields in the last 10 years since his death. Over 10 years later, his mother remembers the day like yesterday. A night shift nurse at the local hospital, she had just arrived home when she heard there had been a shooting at the school. Minutes later, her phone rang, and Danny's name appeared on the screen. Her initial moment of relief turned to horror when the man's voice on the phone directed her to the hospital and asked pertinent questions about Danny's medical history. After posting ominous messages, including a long rant in December, containing the lines, "I am death," and "Die, all of you," the shooter opened fire in the school cafeteria, killing 3 and injuring 3 others while wearing a T-shirt emblazoned with "Killer" in large block letters. Wearing a handmade version of the shirt in court, he was remorseless, admitted to his crimes, and is currently serving 3 life sentences. Now in a supermax prison after a short-lived escape. The gun he used was stolen from his uncle. On a final positive note, the shooting ended sooner than the shooter intended. A study hall teacher and football coach, Coach Frank Hall, is credited with stopping the carnage quickly. He did so by running toward the shooter, yelling "Stop!" as the shooter stood in the cafeteria. The shooter fled, and Coach Hall continued to chase him until he exited the school. Officers arrested him in the parking lot. Meanwhile, Coach Hall returned to the cafeteria and comforted each of the victims of the shooting, praying with them, wiping their tears and holding their hands. He now uses the Coach Hall Foundation to fund a program in which he and the 3 injured survivors of the shooting travel around the country speaking to high school students in hopes of preventing similar incidents.